Hello, what's good, everybody? You're chatting it up with the one and only, the sports judge. Hope all is well. Breaking news. The Carolina Panthers have been eliminated from playoff contention. It's officially over for them. They're a mess, worst organization in sports as currently stands. What stands out to me the most is how much the Carolina Panthers look like a mediocre team, even with a new head coach. Absolutely abysmal performance from basically the entire fucking team. In their first two games of the season, they have been blown out twice and outscored by a total of 73-13. Week 1 was a humiliating 47-10 loss for Carolina. 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions from Bryce Young with a passer rating of 32.8. They're bad in all three phases. And once again, everything went wrong for the Carolina Panthers on defense and offense. And quite frankly, it was painful to watch. Penalties, turnovers, drop passes, missed tackles, blown coverage, mispositioned players, just terrible all around. 90 yards and penalties. And after the Panthers' dismal 26-3 loss to the Chargers at home on Sunday, Bryce Young raised serious doubts after another struggling performance. We're getting to the point where there's nothing at all to say positive or anything to point out or to say about Bryce Young. It's pretty alarming. And to keep it real, I don't think he can still salvage his career. It is what it is. Dude is a bust. He's a bona fide bust. And every time he steps onto the field, he's looking more and more like a bust. My goodness, this is unbearable. They've somehow gotten worse. They haven't gotten any better. This organization has been in as bad a place as it possibly could be. A complete mess. Young has started 18 games. The team is 2-16 in those games. He has 11 touchdowns and 13 interceptions, and he's gone through 2 head coaches with one being fired in the middle of the season, 18 games into his career, and the kid can't play. He simply can't play. I tried to stay open-minded and positive, but he doesn't have it athletically or upstairs. He can't process the field. He's just bad. Even the things he's supposed to be good at, he isn't. He can't extend plays. He's missing wide open receivers. And man, the footwork. Don't even get me started on his footwork. It's like watching somebody in that one show, Dancing with the Stars. I mean, it's like watching a dance competition. Honestly, it's like watching a drunk dancer, really, to be honest with you. Bad eyes, poor job surveying the field. I tried my hardest to give him the benefit of the doubt, but benching him was deserved. It was the right call. It's been a rough start for him, and the move to the bench is a move that could benefit this team. The move to the bench for Young is probably best for the team. So now you bench Young in favor of Andy Dalton, which means there is no longer a process of development. The first-year head coach, Dave Canellis, has elected to go with the veteran Dalton, saying that he gives the Panthers the best chance to win. Obviously, a lot of issues on both the offense and defense, a lot of things that they need to fix. It's a broken franchise, and the Panthers are trapped in this purgatory for the foreseeable future. You can thank Dave Tepper for that one, okay? This guy's not a very good owner. There's a lot to worry about with this team. For one, there's no stability at the quarterback position. For most of last season and now the beginning of the season, Bryce Young has made it known that he's not the answer for a sorry-ass offense. The decision-making is poor. He can't make adjustments. He doesn't seem comfortable, and he's holding on to the ball too much and too damn long. I feel like Dave Canellis hasn't really put this team in a great position to win games, though, as well. You can also say that as well. And I like Canellis. I kind of felt he was deserving of that job. I called it a great hire when it happened. And I think we've seen for 2 weeks now that although he's helped guys like Geno Smith and Baker Mayfield enjoy the best seasons of their journeyman careers and was responsible for their resurgence, Dave's play calling was conservative. He coached some really good quarterbacks, but he's just a bit too conservative, But he's had the privilege again to coach some really good quarterbacks, and he has a system, he has a style, he knows exactly what he wants, and he felt like now was the time to bench Bryce. I'm impressed with Dave when he speaks, and I do believe in his system, one that's built around achieving balance in a quarterback-friendly scheme. Like, it's designed to help quarterbacks flourish. But yeah, Bryce, man, Bryce is pretty bad. It's pretty bad, Guys, Young has no weapons, no offensive line, and has had 3 different offenses in 2 seasons. Those people who are jumping to his defense, that's what they're saying. They're saying that he's been set up for failure. So you can say it's not all on him. You're destined to fail when you don't have the weapons around you. The majority of weeks, you were going to lose games with Bryce as your quarterback, obviously. This is a guy that was playing with zero trust, no confidence, no swagger. And here's a fun fact, if you want to call it one. Because losing is never fun, and it's just miserable times now in Carolina. But here's a fun fact for you. Young in 18 starts has not held a lead for 1 single second of game time in his career. That's pretty staggering. No sense of letting him further humiliate himself. It's one of those where you go, well, okay, he's not turning the corner. He is not becoming a guy who can potentially start for an NFL team. But the defense is just as bad, giving up back-to-back 40 balls. And you don't have a true number 1 weapon for him on offense. There's no reason to think they're going to win anything. They're not. It's not a good sign when the quarterback loses the pass-happy head coach's trust. And where it goes from here is anybody's guess now that Andy Dalton is Carolina's new QB1. I don't know if they can turn their season around. I don't think they can. However, it's viewed. There's no question. It's not surprising to see Carolina in this position this early on. Most would have expected a disastrous start. It just doesn't seem likely, no matter who the quarterback is, that the Panthers will do anything anytime soon. they have a long way to go. And the talking point on the Panthers this season may be whether they landed a draft bust, which I think they have, because I have already proclaimed Bryce Young to be the biggest draft bust of the modern era after just 2 seasons. With that, Carolina faces long odds of winning more than 5 or 6 games. An 0-17 start or an 0-17 season is on the table for the Carolina Panthers. What a miserable team and situation. And while Bryce Young is a big problem, there are still bigger problems than just the quarterback. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We'll talk soon.